I'm not a vampire, not an alien. I'm not the fucking mummy, I'm a goblin.
Oh, the humanity. Every fucking time. Humans are the fucking worst. You know what I like about humans? Not a goddamn thing. So greetings, I am the Twisted Goblin, and I'm here for your video telling you the things I like about humanity. The things why I still wanna be on the earth. It's not a lot, but there are some things that are still fucking worth living for. There is, of course, there is love. You know, there's lots of love you can give. But right now, my love life is dead. Long live love. So that's not so good, you know, not having a love life. Not having that somebody in your life that really makes it all worth it. Sometimes it's a child. Sometimes it's the love of your life. Or sometimes it's a dog. Got neither of those. So, then there is also, you know, you got the internet, and with the internet, what you got there is hate. So much hatred. I mean, I'm saying Mr. Beast on one of my videos is a great humanity. Then there is this guy, woman, whatever, doesn't matter. Some being on this fucking earth that tells me that Mr. Beast is not the greatest ever. That Mr. Beast is not. I mean, we can argue that, you know, that there are some better human beings out there. Sure, I can argue that, but that he's not a good human being. That he is like, the definition of a good human being is somebody that wants to take care of others, that wants to help others. And he has this whole channel about it. Yeah, sure, he gives like millions and millions of money away towards his videos and towards his thing, but that's his whole brand. It keeps him able to get that back and have he has an old channel that only dedicates on giving away money. And then there is this one wannabe person that's, you know, like, you know, no, you have to take away of your clothes. There are millions others that are better than Mr. Beast because they give away a lot of money. They give away their money to their backup. And well, that's, you know, a good thing. It's not a bad thing to want to give away all that you have for somebody. That's not a bad thing. I also don't think that's the best thing. That doesn't make you the best human being. And that's like, oh, that's something I hate about humanity. It's like they're literally see a corporation and somebody that does that well. Because this guy is all behind everything. All behind it. And he gives away a lot more money than he gets. So that guy should be like, Jesus Christ! He was like literally blind and cuckoo, saying nothing. But still, there are people that don't think he is the best human being ever. And we can argue that, but we cannot argue that he is not a good human being. But no, they want to argue that too. And that is where I fucking draw the line of really liking humanity. If you, in any world, think that he doesn't do good things. Like, no, he does it for publish. He doesn't, like, I would say some YouTubers would do that. I would say some YouTubers don't do that for publish. But Mr. Beast, if you see his stuff, if you know how he works, you cannot say that. He does so much fucking good for the world. And that's something I like about you, man. And it's something that there are people that trying to make money, not for things, but to give away. And Mr. Beast is one of the top of that. Would I like to hang out with him? I was like, sure, but also no. I don't think he is like my type that I would hang out with, but you know. But he has like, he gives so much away. And yet there are people that say no. No, he's a bad human being. He just does this for this and this and this. I know he doesn't need anybody to defend him. I know that. I know. I fucking know that he doesn't need me. I know he doesn't even know that I'm existing. But that doesn't matter my point. That he is a fucking great human being. That he does lots of things for humanity. And that he is like literally helping the poor, helping it. But the definition of a good human being doesn't mean he has to give every cent away that he earns. You can have a life and give away a lot of money and being still a good human being. But no. So this is to Mr. Beast. The other thing that makes the earth worth living. And other people that do give away money. Because I'm not gonna give away money. I don't think the planet earned it. But there is still good humanity, and I'm glad to be proven wrong from time to time, like Mr. Beast, like other people that do some stuff for humanity. It's the people that hate on the people like stuff that I really don't like. No. What more do we got? Well, we got Lovecraft, the cosmic horror stuff, the gothic stuff, like all the Wednesday stuff, like all those stuff is great to watch, and I love seeing those kings grow what they will become, like, and people fighting for this stuff, like, while the woman that no, that's another one, like, the woman that plays Wednesday wants to Wednesday a more horror vibe, and she fights for that, and I love that. It's like she literally fights for it. She be Henry Cavill loves Warhammer, loves Superman, loves Witcher, and they cannot agree because he wants to do in book. I love that about humanity, like literally loving what they actually is, like as a fan, trying to fight for that kind of stuff. Great, awesome. I love that they're fighting for the great things that are in life, the games, and Warhammer, like something that's very underrated, Warhammer universe, and we may be getting a movie of it, and I want to be there. I want to be there the moment that the first Warhammer movie is gonna come out. I want to be there. I want to see that kind of happening in my lifetime. So that's another thing to live by. Sure, it's a small thing, and sometimes you need to have the small victories. The small victories, they're just, they can taste so fucking well, so fucking good. And why would you not? And there's so much like gothic stuff that I like the things I wear, and sometimes new stuff comes up. Also, good thing to live by. It's like, oh, you never know what the future is gonna hold. And Cyberpunk, this great game, one of my favorite games. Sure, you know, I like to taste the small victories, the small things in life that really gives me joy, and enjoy those. And one of those is also Cyberpunk, a very much great game, an insane awesome game. And Phantom Liberty is gonna come out, and giving Cyberpunk an overall even more. And while relationship is not gonna be a thing apparently in a war zone, who has guessed? You know, cannot have. It's not like thousands of movies do that a whole time, giving love in it. It's like most plots of a fucking war movie where the girl is always falling in love for some reason. But it's like the choices would be nice, but whatever. And then you're gonna able to have another ending. That's also cool. And you have Johnny Silverhand, you know, Keanu Reeves, one of the most beloved persons out there. Also something that makes me believe humanity is not all doomed. There's just a lot of doom in humanity. Now it's fucking empty. Great. Anyway, so we got all of that stuff. You know, we got the stuff, that stuff that we like about humanity. I also have sisters that are kind of thing. My 18-year-old sister has like this guitar now that she's playing. She has fashion, sense of fashion design that she likes to do. She dances. Like, she has multiple talent, man. She has sure, the guitar is new and she's still working on it, but I can't tell you, she just looks at YouTube videos and does the simple things, the beginning phase. And I tried that. I'm not that good at it. I'm like, seriously, this is how good. Wait, I'm not good at this. It's like I'm not good fucking at it. It's amazing. And then there's like David King, a friend of mine. Sure, he lives across the world. He's like literally across the world in America. And that guy has this wonderful music that I fucking like enjoying. And it's also something to live by. So music, like the good kind of music that really screams out of me. Thing. Listening to the music just gives you a little more life. Living makes it all worth the music. And tattoos, oh my god, I have not even talked about tattoos. The things I want to wear on my skin, the tattoos that I more want. Sure, I'm always, like, oh, I'm gonna do it, but then I don't do it. And then it's kind of strange. But I want so much tattoos still. I have so much ideas of tattoos that I really want on my skin. I really want to be there. And that's, like I said, small joys of life. It's not the biggest ever, and maybe in general that doesn't sound like a big of a deal. It's like, dude, who fucking cares? I care. I take the small victories, the small victories and the small things to live by, and I try to make them bigger. I try to make them enjoyable. I'm trying to make those things to be a good reason to live. A good reason to stay on the fucking earth. Like, sometimes you have to take them where you can get them. And those scraps on the things I love, I really enjoy. I like to keep in my heart and like them. It's like, and those are one of the things. Tattoos, still have so many ideas. I even want a cyberpunk tattoo at some point. Don't know if it's a small or a very much on my whole back, but I want a fucking cyberpunk tattoo. And those are fucking things to live by, like seeing those tattoos on your skin and seeing the art, like the art, man. It's like literally you're a walking masterpiece, a straight up walking masterpiece. Running if it's done well, like it's could also been done terrible, and that's gonna be a big no. It's like, oh, that's not good, but that's a life. That's like the small victories in life that I like to live by. That I trying to keep it up. Yes, or having a best friend is also a fucking great reason to live by, and hang out with, and that I also got. That's also a great thing to see where that goes. Like having a best friend, having somebody that you can count on, and spend some cool quality time with it. But I also have like friends that are like ghost me, and those friends, those are not fucking fun. And then you have the friends that barely fucking talk to you, that is like, okay, we're gonna talk, we're gonna say, oh yeah, it's gonna happen some point. And then they never do, or they move on, or they have a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. They have somebody else, and you're getting left behind in the dust. That's never a good thing. That's not like one of the reasons I'm also losing fucking humanity, because they are nice. They're fucking nice people. Don't get me wrong. Every person like that is still nice. They're still good people. They're just not the best of people. They're not evil, but they're also not that well. They like ghost you. That's not something you should do to any human. Human beings should never be ghosted. You give them a reason. They don't like the reason. You give them a good reason, and you move on. It's like you try to talk to somebody. You don't try to just ignore the fuck out of them unless they're fucking arguing with you and it goes nowhere. That's another story. But it's like, don't ghost somebody just because you think that's nice. That's like not nice. I think ghosting is something you should never do to somebody. Don't ghost somebody Don't try to explain yourself. And if that doesn't work, then ghost somebody. But try to explain, because I have been ghosted a lot about girls I like, and then get ghosted. You don't know what the fuck is going on. Why did they leave? Why does I do get ghosted? Did I do something wrong? Is it something wrong? Is he alright? Is it us? You can start questioning it. It's fucking insane, man. It's like, did I do something? Did I not look good enough? Did I you start questioning it, and if that happens again, because they think they're being nice, because I don't want you to worry about me. I have lots of issues, because some people I dated and everything have lots of issues with mental health, mental thing, and I'm there for it. Just because you have mental health issues doesn't mean you have to ghost somebody because you're dealing with those issues. I mean, I get it for a month or something, but years, nowhere in that scenario you ever could be like, I'm gonna talk to you for a second, or I'm gonna be like, everything is okay, like letting something know. But no, you ghost somebody. That's like something very, very fucking bad. That's never a good thing. Never good ghosting somebody. I think ghosting somebody is like very, right? And that's like, that's also something I don't like. But the ones that don't ghost you, like my best friend, somebody that does want to, like, those are people that's very loyal. And you want to know if there are more out there like that. If there are like somebody more out there that you really like, somebody that you like in your past, like somebody you thought was great, thought was good, but then ghosted you. But that somebody like that you thought she was, that the person that you thought she was, maybe somewhere out there is a person that actually is like that and is that thing, but wouldn't ghost you. It's like that person you just want to try to find. That person you think maybe in the fucking future that person is gonna exist. That person, I just didn't walk past them yet. I didn't just somebody that wanted to talk to me. Somebody that does. Like, maybe the future is not that set in stone. Maybe the future still has some positive. And I'm a person that's like, you know what? I'm gonna die anyway on some point or somewhere down the line. Hopefully not suffering about pain, not suffering. It's like, someday I'm gonna die. So let's find out if someday I get alive. Someday I will see some person that I've been waiting for my whole fucking life. Sure, I'm 31 years old almost, but doesn't matter. You never know what life's gonna bring you. So maybe I'm gonna have the girl of my, the love of my life in some way, somewhere, and that girl of my life could be all worth the suffering that I've caused, the things that I've been. Sure, what people love to break out, it's like, oh, don't worry, you're gonna find somebody. Don't worry, it's you find somebody, and when you find that somebody, or you should go more out. You should more go out. But then I go out, and then I find out why I don't go out, because it's fucking boring, because it's not my scene, because it's like, you're not gonna find somebody. It's like, you're not gonna find somebody sitting there. Yeah, but I'm also not gonna find the girl that I want if I go out to the places that I don't like. It's literally like, you're there, but you don't like that there. And everybody that is there likes that there. So you already have something that you don't have in common with the person that you maybe or maybe not get this. That seems not drained to somebody that loves going out. Like my father. Like, it's like, you have to go out. It's like, to meet a girl, you have to go to somewhere. Sometimes you also have the internet for some of the things, but it's like, that just doesn't fit. And I still have the hope that I will find somebody somebody that someday love, some more friends. I will find someone. Sure, I've been crushed. My heart has been crushed more times than I can count. It's like, yes, there is this girl, like, I have a crush on her. I start flirting with her. That flirting, she likes, so you push it a little bit further. and somewhere down the line, she stops. She has somebody. It happens. It fucking hurts because I thought like, alright, there is this connection building up. There's this connection building up. I think that's good. And then you, out of nowhere, it's like, and I got a boyfriend. Or I was like, what? What did I do wrong? And then you don't get that answer again. But you have to move on. You cannot give up on life. You cannot give up on dating. On trying to flirt. You're trying to like, sure, you can fail multiple times. I'm gonna fail multiple times. And I feel it too. But sometimes I really want to give up. I'm like, why am I still trying? Why am I still hoping that the next one is not gonna leave me, ghost me, have somebody else behind me and back? It's like, why would I think? It's because there is a possibility that the next one will not be that. The next one will actually see me for who I really am. I'm a crazy Mad Hatter with a gothic cowboy look, and that will like all of that, and like my beard, like my face, like my tattoos, like everything. There could be a person out there, and that's like one thing to live by. And I also got a fucking PC that looks fucking badass. Was also, and want to see what the future can behold for PC builds and everything and games. That's also a cool thing to see happening. But you never know what the future holds. But there's just some little things that are really makes it all worth living. All fucking things. Yes, you have to find those small things, and sometimes it doesn't feel like that you can live by them, and that's like sometimes it feels like you're rotten. You're giving up. You feel like depressed about that nobody likes you, nobody loves you, nobody is like. But those moments that you feel like that, there is somebody out there for you. And even if there isn't, let's say there is never somebody, you have still small things, but you're gonna die anyway. You're gonna die anyway. On some point, you're gonna die. On some point, your suffering will end and you will rest in peace. You will die, but don't rush that. You have the whole afterlife ahead of you. The afterlife is still gonna be there when you're 80s, when you're 90s, when you're 70s. You're gonna die someday. So don't push it. Don't push your death. Don't try to die on some earlier level. Try to see what the next day can bring. The next day, you never know what it can bring. So I'm no rushing to dying anytime soon. I try to get the small things and trying to expand those small things in all the small things like my gothic stuff that I want to spread. I want to see where I can my apartment bring, where I can do all of those things. There is so much out there to love. Sure, the small things, and for some people that doesn't feel like worth living, doesn't feel like your things. But those small things are the things that can keep me going. The things that okay, sure, if I wasn't fucking planned, if I was literally not able to move my own body anymore, I would want to die. No doubt about it. I'd rather fucking die than be a plant that only can move their head, or have my brain half dead and I only can react. I would rather be dead. I would rather be dead than alive as a plant. I would rather rush into death than I rush into it. So yes, there are some aspects that I rather die for than being like my leg removed. You can still have like a metal leg. Sure, it's not cyberpunk style that you can literally move it as fast as you can, but there is still things to fix that, to be able to make it a little bit more comfortable, make you still look comfortable in your own skin, and with a metal hook or something. Like there are still ways that can make you still able to offer. But there are also things where I got my limits. of wanna live in on the Earth. And yeah, and also you never know what space travel can be in 20 years. I mean, look at the past. Look at the past. Sure, we had COVID and we never expected COVID being a thing at all. But then before that, we got, like, when I was a child, we got phones. But those phones were either on the wall still, or they were on your Nokia Nokia stuff. It's like you can carry them, but you could not get them far. And when you in the 2000s, you could get them farther than away. Nobody had a phone yet because those were expensive at the beginning, and they got cheaper. And at school, you could not just have your fucking phone out. You could not get your phone out, and there was not much to have your phone out. There was literally like nothing, no reason to have a phone at you at school. There was no reason. You had a phone, it was good to call, but that was it. So you kept it at home most of the time, and because people would steal phones at school. So there was that thing, like, see the future, see the past, and how much we evolved with phones, with what you all can do on a fucking phone. How much TV has gone from black and white, not in my childhood, but you know, I saw some few black and white TVs still around my family before they fully completely gone. It's like there were some black and white TVs, and then this evolved in color TVs, and then they evolved in 4K TV. There's so much evolution. There are retro games, and the evolution about my lifetime, my whole lifetime, how this has been so far. It's insane how big. We have VR, we can be actually in the fucking game. Sure, you can be a little bit sick, emotion sick still, but the evolution of that is still work in progress. The things are work in progress so much things are work in progress and done so fucking well. They're mind-blowing, man. They're so mind-blowing how good they have done. How good humanity has still hope for what they have done. Games that I was like, Cyberpunk. I would never think Cyberpunk. Star Wars Force Unleashed was one of my favorite games, and I'm glad it exists. But Cyberpunk is a close second, or sometimes first. Seems to see how much I'm playing it, and it's like, those are fucking great. I would not have seen that coming. I would not have, like, holy shit, and tattoos that I want. It's like all of those things makes life so much worth living. The small things in the world can make life way much better, and to see what the future can behold. Sure, humanity is kind of doomed, and humanity pretty much killing themselves by spreading more hate and love, but there is still some lines between the middle. There's still some hope in the middle of somewhere down the line. There's still hope. There's still fucking hope here. There's still hope and things to see. There's still things that makes life worth it. That still makes some humans worth looking at. Like, there are still humans that would come to save you when they see you fall on the street. There are still humans that, while they do a big mouth, they have still a heart of gold. There are still, humanity is not completely lost. There's just 80% of it completely lost. Just a majority is fucking completely lost. But there are still, and corporations still fucking care more about your money than they do about you. So that's kind of thing. Even though when they seem to support you, like in Pride Month, supporting you all if you're gay, or like, seems like they support. They're not. They're trying to put money there. It's like, okay, this is the big talking point on this month. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make it a thing. We're gonna make another gay character or switch them because they were famous character. Now we switch them for you. It's because they think it's gonna make more money. They don't care about you. But that's like one of those, like, yeah, but then there are corporations. There are even smaller corporations that do care about you and do it in a good way. There are stories. There has been stories they've done it in a good way. There's also, opinion pieces, like somebody that really thinks passionate about this character and feels like it should change. But then another one is like, we could agree to disagree. And sometimes those things happen. People do agree to disagree and are literally like, oh, I agree that you disagree. Maybe we should have a new character. Maybe you shouldn't. But like, we cannot change it. So let's change the topic and talk about something else where we do love both things. And then we come together. And there are people out there that do. And that makes it more worthy. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I could talk more and more and more and more and more and more. As a gothic cowboy, twisted goblin that loves everything, the music that comes out, the things. There are still so many more small things that are really, really, really makes worth living. Even though there are some bigger things that doesn't make worth living, there are the smallest things that you have to grab to and trying to make yourself smile. Because work is not one of them. I've been pushed in a corner while I loved my work, while I loved doing what I do. Now I'm in a corner, not able to do about everything that I want to do. I've been pushed in a corner, not able to learn more new things. But I still make money. I still make the same kind of money than I did before I got pushed in the corner. So it's like, sure, I'm not doing this much, but I still think about money. I still think what I can do with that money. And that's also a small victory. And a small victory that could make life a little bit better. To think about those things. That's just my fucking opinion. The Twisted Goblin, all my things that makes more the earth to live. What are the things that makes you worth living? It's like, I got cool sisters. I got most of the family is freaking fun. There are some, ones that, ghost you or thing. It's like there are always bad things in the family that you cannot control, fortunately. But what do you guys like? What do you guys pull yourself onto? What are the things that you think yourself pulling off to? What you guys love watching? What you guys think? Because like The Boys is a TV series I love, and I want to see where that's going, what next season is. It's also, yes, it's a fucking small thing and that doesn't affect anything, but I like that series. I like seeing what that series can do. I like seeing what the future can behold for that series, and I want to live in that world where I can see the whole series. It's like, that's cool. And yes, it's small, and yes, it doesn't really matter in the bigger picture, but in my picture, it does. It means a lot to me. And I get that's why there is some people that are very passionate about that. And when you attack that, they're gonna attack you. And they are able to... I like Resident Evil. I like the movies. I think the 7 movies are very good, well done, good beginning, good ending. Everything about those I love to hell and back. And then there are people that don't like that because they aren't the source. Five Nights at Freddy, another fucking series, a movie that I really, really, really like. Chucky, really like all those things. I really want to be there to see more of that. I want to see that. It's like, yes, there's small victories and small things, but sometimes you need those small victories. Sometimes you need those when you don't have the love of your life in your life, or when it's just you're just broken in pieces, or it's always could have been worse. Always life could have been worse. You have to pull yourself to the things that makes life worth it. To pull yourself to the things that does make life worth it. Sometimes you can have a past, this abusive, the things like, yes, those things are bad. Those things I can say I'm glad I never experienced the abuse, the thing, or the racist, people being racist against me. It's like, sure, now in this day and age, your people are very easy easy going with those flares from one side, the other side. It's like, but in general, no. In general, I'm happy but who I am. I'm happy being this twisted goblin gothic cowboy that I am. Sure, still people can call me freaks. Sure, people call me cringe, and some of my videos are kind of cringe. But that's, you know, a thing. If it keeps people smiling, if it keeps me enjoying life, if it gives me some joy in my life, that's fucking all that fucking matters in the long run. In the thing. So I'm gonna end this video here. I think I give you some things that I fucking love, and that I fucking am like, yes, those are the fucking things. Those are fucking things that are great. Those are the things that I'm like, oh my god, those are fucking amazing. And the things that, you know, that I very much stick with, and I think humanity makes the whole world humanity. And being on the planet Earth. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video of me talking about the things that keeps me on the Earth. And I hope to see you guys in my next videos. It's a little bit more emotional, a little bit more to the heart for a thing. And yeah, I'm gonna end it here before I go on another rant. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you spread love and not hate. Because we need more love. We always need more love. Anyway, goodbye, good night.
Then the days got worse and worse, and now you see I've gone completely out of my mind.